Good evening, YouTube. Wow, what a last couple of days, huh? I'm telling you, I literally, I am blown away. It took me a while I knew I was going to make a video, but it took me a while to compose myself to make this video. This is a shout out to Hard City Raindrops. Okay. So obviously I'm the one who sent the helmet to him, the Arai helmet. And it was only like a week ago? Just over a week ago, that he received that helmet. I literally came home last night. I've been really busy working and stuff. And I saw the comment with something on my channel about, you're an angel, you can replace a bike, but you can't replace, a person, and then tagged Hard City. And I was like, what is this person talking about? Like, I was thinking it was something in the future, something that hadn't happened, but that if it did, wow, that's a great helmet to have, right? So then I'm like, well, I should go over to Hard City's page and channel and see what's up. So I went over to his channel and I'm like, the first thing I see is him in a hospital bed. I'm like, what? So I didn't have the volume up on my phone. So I turned the volume up and he's like, yeah, just an update. I was in a really bad accident today. And I'm like, what? But he looks good. I mean, I didn't see anything at first, of course, right away. I was like, well, if he's been in an accident, he's talking, he looks, he's alive, obviously. And he looked really good. So I was like, okay. So then he started talking about I wasn't wearing a jacket. And I'm like, oh no. So of course, I haven't, I don't want to see it probably, but his back, I'm sure, like he had said, I've watched all of his videos since then. I'm sure the road rash, I've only experienced road rash once on right below my knee on my left leg. I have yet to experience, and hopefully never will experience that. But I am so happy that he was wearing the Arai helmet and not the HJC. Not the HJC makes horrible helmets. They have a really good line of top-end helmets. But Arai, like Hard City has said, they make incredible helmets. I mean, NASCAR, and they are proven time and time again. That helmet can hit the ground or whatever, like 6 or 7 times or more. And you may not notice that the helmet, you may see scratches. Like if you guys have seen Hard City's Instagram page, you may see scratches on the helmet, but you didn't see any pieces coming off of the helmet. But that helmet is cracked for sure. What I'm going to say about Arai is that actually Arai is going to tell you, Hard City, to get a hold of your insurance about the helmet. Because the insurance, the other person, the one at fault, should be paying for all that. Should definitely have, paid for anything that happens. Obviously your bike is totaled. Like you said, that can be replaced. And you won't be doing that anytime soon. But I get it, I'm sure you're probably, being in shock can last a while. I know that you've come down from the adrenaline, because I watched the video of you right after your accident, you had the camera facing you and you were talking about what happened. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I knew you were in shock. And, I am so glad that you're alive. It is so strange to me. I had this, I don't know Hard City. I've never met him in person. I've never spoken to him on the phone. I literally had only reached out to him about this helmet. And I was so persistent about it. It was like I wouldn't give up. I was like, no, let me send it to you. Let me just send it. And he couldn't believe it, of course. I mean, it's really strange. So all I'm saying is like, I don't know, but I totally like was shaking last night and crying, and I woke up a couple times and just couldn't believe that happened. But I just had a really strong sense to send him that. And I made sure it got there like really fast from the time that we talked about it. It got there as fast as it could, basically. So I'm just like, I'm in awe. I am blown away, and I'm so glad that he didn't decide to keep wearing his HJC helmet because, the Arai helmet was too nice to wear, that kind of thing. So I'm really glad that he, continued to wear it. You guys, seriously, like he has said, wear your gear. And that's what I'm going to talk about because it gets hot. And I understand that. Like I have told myself so many times, and I've had to, not lately, but in my life, I've had to say, no, you can't ride. If you're not going to wear all your gear, don't ride without a jacket. But I have in my life. I have ridden without a jacket. I've ridden without a helmet where I used to live in another state. They don't require them. Like where Hard City's from, they don't require them. They should, and they should give everybody an airbag vest, and they should give everybody a really nice helmet when they buy a bike. That's what I think, but that's my opinion. And then, the whole freedom thing. Well, then people's freedom would be taken away. But I'm like, well, but people have to wear seatbelts, and there are airbags in cars, and you really can't get away. Well, you can get away with buying a car without an airbag, I guess. But most people aren't going to think that way. But hopefully that'll change because, riding these bikes, it is incredible for sure. But it's also very dangerous. I literally have these spools and these sliders. That's it. And then there's me on the bike. So what I am going to be doing, hopefully here soon, because I thought about it last night and today and still thinking about it, I'm like, should I sell my bike? Is this a sign for me to get rid of my bike? No, it's not. But because I didn't get that strong feeling like, oh, wow, I shouldn't be riding a bike. But if you do get that feeling, like you have that little voice that nobody listens to, right? Until later. Because we all have like that, like, I know Hard City was like, oh man, he said, I should have been wearing my jacket. And there was that split second that he could have, but it was a short distance. It's always those short, it's not always, but it can be. Well, it's only just to the store and back or to whatever and back home, And I'm totally guilty of that. I've done it. I mean, but I'm in California and I have not done any of that. If I can't ride with all of my gear, and you have to wear a helmet here, then I don't ride because literally the traffic here is so different from where I was from. So I don't mess around with that. And I have been trying to figure out how I can get away with wearing very protective gear, but not being hot. So here, let me show you. The other day, I have this like Bionic Alpine Stars, it's a Bionic Pro V2 jacket. It's a guy's, vest, like roost, and there is some sea level, protection here in the forearms, elbows, shoulders, and then the back. It's a really good pad in the back. I mean, for sure. And I think this thing unsnaps actually. I think it comes off somehow here. Anyway, yeah, there's like this little insert that you can, and it's got like the belt and it's got like this kind of, tailbone kind of thing. So it's longer in the back. But the deal is, this is for motocross, okay? And it's cool. Why don't they do this for like street stuff? Well, that's because, they want you to wear leather and textile and not this mesh stuff. But I have ridden with this But I had my airbag vest on all the time underneath. Does that mean that's any better? No. This is only rated for like, it's not rated for 80 miles an hour. It's rated for like 40 and under or something like that. Like really not like, because it's motocross. You're not flat track racing. You're not, that's a whole different set of gear, right? So I will be selling this because I'm not going to wear it. I mean, I'd love to because it's awesome. It's super breathable and it's kind of compression in a way, but I'm not going to wear it. So, and this is one of my hydration packs, by the way. If you, I have a Krieger and a Fly. No. I have OGO. That's right. I got my little bite valve and it's super. I love that thing. It's a great backpack. So that's what I use. But I always wear a back protector in my gear. So none of this is going to be good. It looks like it could be really awesome and it probably would help to have at least something on. But no, it's not going to be protective like street gear is supposed to be. So I wouldn't wear this on the street. No. I have some short gloves by Built. These are, women's. They are leather on the, like the palm, like the slider. They are leather, and they do have the knuckle protection, the hard knuckle protection, but that's about it. And I'm like, I thought about it, like this is like before what happens with Hard City, to get something, a different pair of gloves. So I'll show you. I just got those gloves today and I ordered them last week. These are my Dionysi women's Drake Super Air pants. They do have some protection, meaning they are textile pants, and that's great. They do have some awesome knee protection in them, built into the knees, and they are very breathable. But they're lined, they're more for like rain and anything like that. But they are super see-through, so they're really breathable, which is great. And they zip into their jacket if you have a Dionysi jacket, which I do not. But these are okay, So, these are going to offer protection. It is going to slide on the street pretty well. But I wouldn't say this is going to last as well as the denim that's made for riding and the leather. So those pants are great, though. They really are. I've worn them. It's awesome. Okay, so, and don't forget, this is my little sock. Moves the sole. Because if you did have a bigger bike with the, brake fluid, you can put the little, sweatband around it to keep it from, in the sun, to keep this from, the brake reservoir from getting, sun dried out and all that. So, but I just put it around my quad lock and then put my phone cable through it. So anyway, okay. So here's my gear right now. This is my women's Alpine Stars Stella textile jacket, right? So it already comes with like soft, like inserts, right? It and I'm so happy that it does, because it's not a cheap jacket. It's got reflectives and it has the shoulders, which is like a hard leather plastic. Maybe it's leather. I think it's plastic, but it's hard. It's not just, it's squishy in there, but the top part, which you saw in Hard City, his shoulders, that is the part. And so it does offer some forearm protection and a little bit of elbow, but it's super squishy, which I'm like, ugh, I don't know about that. So, but I had to purchase the insert for the back. And also you can purchase inserts for the chest, which I have not done because I couldn't find the women's version. The men's version is cool, but it smashes, okay. So anyway, this pocket, it does have, I have a really good CE level. It's the protector, I think, that he was talking about. So mine's a small, of course. But it's the Nucleone, or the Nucleone CR protector by Alpine Stars. So I purchased this right away with the jacket, because the salesperson's like, do you want to buy that with it? I'm like, well, yeah. So always make sure your jacket has these, because not all jackets just automatically come with them. And this jacket is small for me with an airbag vest. You want to make sure when you do buy an airbag vest, because hopefully you will, and they're coming down in price, which is great. But when you buy an airbag vest, just make sure that you're sizing up one size. And of course this will, and I don't have them yet, but I just today, after everything that's been happening, I ordered a pair of Alpine Stars women's. They're leather, but they have like some breathability mesh in certain areas, not in the areas that you would really hit the ground with. So those will zip right into this jacket, which is awesome. So Hard City, I will be, safe. I'm always safe. Always wearing things. Okay, so here's my climb jacket. This jacket is one size bigger than this one. And then my airbag vest fits really nice. This is the induction jacket by Climb. It's actually a men's jacket. It's a small, but I got it on sale. And it comes with, I don't know what CE level this is. It's level 1. It's maybe a little bit better than level. It's a little bit better than what I had thought, but I had to buy the insert. And everybody's like, wow, it costs so much money. I'm like, right, but this is made out of Cadora. Is that right? Cadora, and then there's the 3M Scotch-Brite and the D30. Yeah. So these are cool because you can actually snug them up more around your arms, because you don't want these to move on you when you're writing. Like, I have very, obviously, tiny arms. So I didn't want it to move on me. So I'll show you what I did. But this is, at least it has that protection. And again, it's in the shoulders. It's the same level of protection. And it's foamy. It's not hard. Like, there is no outer. This is awesome right here. Any manufacturer that is doing this, like Dionysi has like a metal, and a lot of these companies now, these great companies like Alpine Stars, and I think Icon does it, and definitely Dionysi, they have included these like shoulder sliders on the outsides of their jackets. I would definitely go and look for something like this, because this has, again, like that protection for the shoulder up in here, but there is no hard slider on top of the shoulder. I would definitely look for that. So yeah, it's reflective, and the reason I got this is because it's really breathable. Super meshy, it's textile, it's got the reflectors, whatever. I mean, it's really safe. I have yet to find a leather jacket that I feel like that I like, because they're expensive, right? Again, I'm not saying I don't want to get one. I really have had no problem with this because I'm wearing an airbag vest under these jackets. However, as of the other day, before what happened, with Hard City, oh my God. Hard City, seriously, incredible. Like, I'm so glad you're okay. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. So here's my airbag vest. This is a women's Dionysi airbag vest, and Alpine Stars does make a really good tech vest, and their vest has more of like a shorter, almost looks like a t-shirt style airbag vest. And their airbag vest actually puffs up like really well. Like, it puffs up big, like from the side when that thing goes off, boom. This is like probably the slimmest version you can get for an airbag vest, but it still offers a ton of protection, and it can go underneath anything. Just make sure that your jacket is a size up, because you will want to have some room in between your jacket and the airbag when it goes off, or else it's just going to be like super tight, because when that thing goes off, this goes off in 0.45 milliseconds, I believe. Like, every jacket pretty much that are airbag vest right now are going off with, less than a second. They go off, and it goes off as you're falling, because it has that accelerometer, and it does like the whole scanning your body all the time. It knows when you're moving. It's got a little light that turns on when it's on. If you've seen my other video, you can look at it. But I wear that all the time. And you have to charge it. You have to make sure it's charged. So if I forgot to charge it, I don't ride. Because yes, it would be so much more cooler. It would be cooler, like as far as temperature, without that underneath. But it's not terrible. But like Hard City was saying, if you don't want to sweat, then don't ride a bike. Seriously. So these are my 2 jackets. I used to ride Harleys. I still have it, but it's a Harley leather jacket. But I refuse to wear it because it's 1, really hot. 2, it doesn't have any armor in it. Not at all, but it looks cool, right? Anyway, and I'm still trying to find some boots. So the 2 things that I don't have that I really want at this point, because I'm getting those Alpine Stars, they're called JAGG, J-A-G-G, and they're an airflow pant, so they offer that breathability, but they're still leather. Great, awesome. I still need to get some boots because Alpine Stars for women, and I don't know if men are having trouble finding their boots too, they're not going to have the boots in until like December. I'm like, what? Because there's some kind of, there's a lot of shipping delays still from Corona. And their ports it's been like crazy. So anyway, I picked up these 2 pair of boots the other day on the 4th of July weekends. I got them for $100 for both. And one of them are men's and the other one are women's. You really can't tell a difference, I didn't think. But you can. So these are the men's. These are Sedici. They're super nice because they are super, super hard. Like, I have a pair of riding shoes, and I'm not going to mention like the name of them, but they're nice, but they bend. Like they're not hard all the way around here. So these don't bend at all. They're super stiff, and they have some protection for the ankle, like the cup around your ankle, some protection here, but it's soft. It's not like a hard cup, like a plastic, like you would see on motocross boots or something. A little bit of reflection, a little bit for the slider on the outer, toe. And then they have kind of a cover that goes over the toe. That's a little bit more like a suede, I guess. So these are okay. The bottoms, the soles are great. I mean, they're perfect. These are women's, and they're by Noru. It's Noru, and they are mainly suede, but they're okay. They're not as hard as the Sedicis, of course. They do offer a different type of shifter kind of protector for the top of the foot. They've got some mesh, and they have very comfy around here, which is awesome because, as you know, if you have like mid or shorter boots, they can be really really uncomfortable because they're so thin that they kind of cut into the back of your ankle, whatever. These are my go-to boots, both of these, but I prefer these because they do offer a little bit more protection, because what you don't want is your foot to be moving and flexing in the front of the shoe at all. So if that shoe can bend like a regular shoe, you can bend it in half, forget it. If you can push down and it's bending all the way up to here, no, don't use that shoe. Don't. It might be cool though for a scooter. See, anything going like 30 miles and under might be fine. Great. That's what they should only sell them for, is people that ride scooters, electric scooters, or electric bikes, or BMX, or mountain bikes, maybe, depending on how fast you're going. If you are going down a mountain, literally, maybe something more protective. But anyway, so these are awesome. I love these. And my riding pants, I have a pair of Ironworkers women's riding pants. I have a pair of Strength and Steel pants. They're denim. They're both denim. And this is my 3rd pair of denim. These are my go-to though. These are Dainese, of course. They make incredible, they really make incredible stuff, honestly. These are all all my pants are riding denim pants. So these do have a small protection of hip protection, but it's a foam. It's a very flexible foam, but there is some hip protection, nothing around the seat of the pants. And there is some armor in the knee. And I actually pulled them inside out, but they're long enough. They're nice. I can tuck them into my boot, or they can just look cute like that. But, so you can look good and still ride a bike. So these have like the foam knee pads, which I was like, I don't like this. Like, It feels good. It doesn't ride up on your thigh when you're riding, as you know. I don't know if you've experienced that with pants, but if you're having any issues with your protective gear, like your knee pads or your hip pads or your elbow pads or anything moving on you, and they're riding up or they're not in the position they need to be in to protect your arms and your legs, do not use them. If you can't snug them down and they're going to move around, then don't use them. So anyway, these are my other pair of short gloves. So I have the Build, and then I have my Alpine Stars, and they're about the same thing. You know, the Alpine Stars has a little bit more on the slider on the palm, but it's leather and some suede, and there's some perforation in these. I prefer these in the summer. Okay, so yeah, so as far as pants, I'll be getting, I have my Drake Super Air pants by Diane, and those are the textile. These are the denim. Those are my two pair that I really like to wear. And these are my jackets. I'll be getting the Alpine Stars pants to go with those. But the boots, it's been so hard because literally I've tried to wear men's boots. They're too wide, you know, and then they fold like right here when you're trying to, like, when your foot is moving to like shift, it's like, looks like a deflated tire. It just, they don't fit well, and that's not good if you're trying to like stop your bike with the rear brake and you're trying to shift with your left foot. It just doesn't work. So anyway, so I literally ordered just last Friday, and I just received this box today from Revzilla, which I prefer using them, and Psycho Gear, and, you know, local dealerships, if you can find gear at their dealerships. Sometimes they seem to be more about motocross, where I am, like dirt riding products, which is fine. But just make sure you guys have really good gear, because literally I know it's expensive, but man, make payments on it and do what you can, because you can't replace, like Hard City said, you can't replace your life. Still blown away. Sorry. This is my helmet for right now. It is a modular Shoei Neotech 2. If you've seen my other videos, I did a video on the Cena camera that I have. It's a camera, and it's a Bluetooth headset, and so it's intercom, it's telephone, you can listen to your music. It's really easy to work, and it goes on the side of my helmet. I wear that every time now, because if there's an accident, then you have it. And hopefully Hard City had somebody that had a dash camera, and if they didn't, they didn't, because you can see what happened. You don't really need probably to see it over and over again. I like this helmet. Shoei makes a great, safe, super safe helmet. Really, they do. However, Hard City, it's so weird, because literally before this happened to you last night, I ordered myself an Arai helmet, which was supposed to be here, today, but it'll be here Monday. It'll be here next Monday. I'll show it to you. I'll make sure I do a video on that helmet. I ordered an extra small because you want it to fit tight. This one's a little bit loose from side to side, and you don't want that, because when you want to be able to turn your head when you're riding, and if you can't do that, and this helmet if it's blown around at all, so hopefully the Arai helmet will be hopefully a little smaller on the shell side, because, as you know, with Shoei and some other helmets, they don't change their shell size. They do, but it's like, so when you're an extra small like I am, you look like a scuba diver from the 1960s or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's really safe, but I just wanted a little bit more, and I was like, well, I should probably step up to that. After Hard City's videos, I was sold on, I had totally forgot about NASCAR and how Arai has done, they're just incredible company. So anyway, so I'm wearing this for now, of course, and it does have great ventilation, throughout, and it's modular, so it does, it does pop up in the front, which is great. But I'll be getting an Arai helmet. Yeah. And I wanted to say to Hard City, I'm more than happy to replace your helmet. Meaning, if the insurance is being weird, or their insurance, if anybody's insurance is being weird, let me know. I am more than happy to send it to you, because I do want to see you get back on a bike, but that is totally your thing, and it might take some time, but I'm here for you always, definitely always now, for sure. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I got this box today, and just so glad you're okay. So crazy. And I ordered some Dainese street gear. So these, literally, I just opened this box. These are my knee and shin guards. Yeah. Looks like a catcher's, like something a baseball, like a catcher would wear in baseball. But yeah, these are going to be on the outside of these, because they are super protective. And the cool thing is, you can strap them. The straps don't go around the back of your knee anymore. They go right above it and right below it. And then there's one down here. So you've got 3 straps, and this thing is super. I mean, seriously, I'm so excited that I have these. Again, this sport of riding motorcycles is not a cheap thing, but neither are you. Like, you're not replaceable, as Hard City has said many times in the past day. Please wear your gear. So I'm going to be wearing this on the outside of my pants, whatever pants I wear, inspired by humans, you know. And I am so excited about this. These are not Raven Moto, but they were on sale for me, because I have all these Zilla Cash. I have the Alpine Stars GP Plus gloves. Oh my gosh. They still have like tissue paper. Okay. It's cool because they have like the little like stretch right here between the pinky and your ring finger. Super protective, super perforated for breathability. Look at all those little holes. Like big holes, I should say, because that's awesome. Thank you, Alpine Stars. And look at that slider on that palm. Dang! They know how to do it. Slider on the shoulder and slider on your palm. So I could not be more excited. These are gauntlet gloves because they obviously are not short. They go up, you know, a little bit further, which is what you want, because if you do fall, and I'm not saying that these short gloves won't help, but my concern was, what if they start to slide down more as I'm sliding, or if something were to happen? I'd want to protect the upper part of my wrist and arm. So I am super excited that they had, these are not women's, but they are small, and I'm very excited because they're not black. They actually had like a little bit of color to them, so that's nice. And I also purchased, they came in this box. My knee pads did not, but whatever. So in this box of Dainese. And so anyway, I will be taking out the pads in my knees in any pants and using these on the outside. I don't care what I look like. I think it's kind of cool. It's sort of like Lara Croft Tomb Raider, right? Something. These are my elbow. These are the new elbow, forearm, and upper, like right above the elbow. Again, when we were younger, all the straps would go right behind your elbow, right behind your knee. These do not. They're perfect. Perfect. And they're for the street. They are for the street. They are meant for motorcycling on the street and to go over your clothing. But, so in my jacket, I may wear these. I may wear this under my jacket, but take out that very foamy insert for the elbow and wear this on the outside, or I could wear it on the inside. You know, the jacket will be easier. You won't see them if they're on the inside of it. So, yeah. So I'm very excited. This is what I've ordered, and this is what I received, and it was not cheap by any means, because again, this sport is not inexpensive. But so this is my pile of gear. And yeah, the two things that I am looking for still would be a leather jacket, because actually I've learned through videos and talking to other people that ride a lot of street riding, especially here in California. It's nice all the time, you know, or pretty much all the time. They have one rainy day. But so I want to get a really good women's leather, perforated leather jacket. Always try and get some ventilation in your jackets, by the way, your clothes, unless you live in a seriously super really cold environment most of the time, or rainy and cold, snowing, whatever. Probably won't ride in the snow. But if you do, try and get leather, because it can be perforated and much more breathable actually than a lot of this. And the textile, it's good. It'll hold up a little bit. You know, it might, people say, oh, it'll rip. Well, if I wrecked a bike, honestly, if I was in a wreck, I would be replacing my helmet, first of all, and I'd replace anything that was ripped. Like, that's just how it would go. And hopefully it wasn't my fault, and hopefully they would replace it, the other person, you know. So yeah, I literally cannot emphasize enough on safety. I don't care how many times I have to say it. I mean, you can still look cool wearing gear. And it doesn't matter if you're having a good time, and as long as you can move your body in the right way with the gear that you have on, so you're not hindering yourself. Because some people are like, oh, if you wear too much gear, which is true, you could stiffen up your body and it won't, like, you won't be able to move your legs and your arms the way you're supposed to. But I have found that you can still be fully protected, have quite a bit of ventilation, and look pretty damn badass, I think, and still protect yourself completely. So, you know, a lot of people don't think about it because they probably haven't been in a wreck yet. I wrecked when I was younger. You know, I've not wrecked on this bike, but I have wrecked on a bike when I was younger and, you know, not having a lot of experience. Even if I had a lot of experience, it probably still would have happened. I was turning left onto a street from like a parking lot, and I was going across traffic, obviously, to turn left. And this car, like, as I was moving out into traffic, came and turned to go right, and almost like, so I like laid my bike down because I had to slide away from this car. But my bike was like a 1980s, like Kawasaki LTD 750. Wow. And it had giant engine crash bars on it, like that stuck out, like, you know, like the Harleys that had the big crash bars. Thank God for those. My legs would have been smashed. I was wearing like regular jeans, which, by the way, are just like wearing paper. You might as well wear a piece of paper on your body if you're going to wear regular jeans and ride and think that those are going to do anything, because they're not. None of it is. Yeah, so I slid. I didn't like flip the bike. I held on to the handlebars of the bike while the bike was sliding down the road. This guy said, oh my God, are you like a stunt person? I'm like, no, I don't know how the heck I did that, but it was reaction, I guess, in that moment. I was shaking, and I sold that bike like 2 weeks later. I didn't ride for like 2 years. I literally was like, nope. And that's okay. You know, if you don't ride for a while, you don't. You have to be okay with it. Not everybody else. They can't make up your mind. I mean, you can let them, but it's not going to work for you if you do that. Listen to yourself for sure. And I really hope you're doing well, Heart City. I hope that you're sleeping well. I hope that you're not in a ton of pain, because it's not, people say, oh, it's just a little scrape. Road rash is not a scrape. It is like pain that, yeah, no. It's like a sunburn times 1,000. And then it's just so painful because you've literally scraped off all of your skin. And then some. Some people scrape off, like, you know, there's a lot of layers to your skin, but some people scrape off more than that. So invest in a great helmet. Shoei, Scorpion makes a really top of the line, and Arai. I would say Arai would be number one, then Shoei, and then maybe some Scorpion helmets. Anyway. Do that, and invest in an airbag vest. Dainese, Alpine Stars, Klein makes one. Helite makes this turtle fluorescent airbag vest. You know, invest in it. You only have one life. You only have one chance. I'm so happy that Heart City has that chance still, and that he's going to be in Texas, working at Tesla and doing awesome. Because, yeah, he certainly deserves it. He's tough, and yeah, he's got a friend for life with me, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm not getting discouraged about riding or saying I shouldn't ride, but I'm definitely not riding without all my gear. So be careful out there. You know, you only get one chance, one life. I think Eminem wrote a song about that. Please don't copyright me, YouTube. This is a very important video. So, Heart City, my heart goes out to you. If you need anything, well, you have my number now. That's a rare thing that I do. I wouldn't give out my number to just anybody. I'm sure he knows that. So, take care of yourself and everybody else. Please take care of yourself and really look at this experience. Everything that Heart City's been showing you, all the videos, all the footage of his accident, and, you know, updates on himself. I mean, take that very, very seriously, not just with a grain of salt. Take that seriously and get some gear. Anyway, take good care of yourselves, and I hope everybody's having a good week. Be grateful, be lucky. Tell everybody that, you know, tell your partner, your wife, your husband, your daughter, son, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, everyone, how much you love them, because, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. Now I'm going to get teary, so I'm going to go. I hope everybody has a great night. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.